Hello and welcome to everyone joining from across the globe. I encourage you to pause your busy schedule for a moment, as the physiological insights we will explore can significantly shift how your body moves, how you physically feel, and how you experience your daily activities moving forward. Consider a clinical reality that is rarely explained openly in most primary care clinics. Your legs are not growing weak simply because of biological calendar aging. Instead, lower body instability frequently occurs because nobody has ever shown you the specific metabolic fuels your skeletal muscle tissues require to maintain strength. Gaining a clear understanding of this distinction marks the path between seeing mobility loss as a lifetime sentence or treating it as a completely manageable problem. I am Dr. William Lee, and today I will outline that structural strategy. We will examine six specific nutrient dense foods, ranking them from highly supportive to structurally life altering, designed to help regenerate skeletal tissue, restore deep strength, and recover the reliable lower body balance and stability you might have feared were permanently lost. First, let us examine some crucial research that highlights the absolute urgency of addressing this issue early. An extensive study published in the Journal of the American Geriatric Society revealed that seniors past the age of 65 navigating notable lower limb muscle loss faced an estimated 72% greater chance of experiencing serious mobility disabilities over a 5 year period, as well as significantly higher frequencies of injury, hospitalizations, and functional decline. This 72% statistic represents an immense margin. It describes roughly 3 out of every 4 people whose outcomes could have been radically improved had they applied current dietary and vascular knowledge before significant muscular breakdown occurred. As it turns out, our premier highest ranking food is a staple item likely sitting in your home pantry this very second. Remarkably, it is an ingredient that traditional guidelines once wrongly cautioned seniors to restrict, yet current biochemical findings from major centers, including investigators affiliated with Harvard Medical School, point to it as a powerful, non invasive muscle preservation agent for people over 60. We will cover this outstanding resource last, as incorporating it will completely shift the way you prioritize items on your upcoming shopping trips. Before exploring our selections, I would like to check in on your personal experiences. Please leave a brief comment below with your age and mention if your lower limbs are beginning to feel unusually stiff, heavy, or less responsive during normal tasks. Perhaps rising from your favorite armchair or climbing household stairs demands much more physical exertion than it did previously, or you have navigated a sudden balance slip. Sharing these everyday moments helps form an immensely supportive community space where your details can easily reassure someone navigating identical challenges that they aren't alone. Taking a brief moment to type out your history goes a long way. With that in mind, let's run through our countdown from number 6 up to our number 1 top performing option. We begin our countdown at number 6 with an option that frequently catches people off guard: whole eggs. For several generations, conventional diet standards raised immense debates around this protein source, warning you to avoid them entirely to protect your cardiovascular profile. Current biological and metabolic trials fully reveal that this older restrictive view is actually one of the most detrimental and incomplete nutritional standard concepts ever recommended to older adults. The reality is that whole eggs supply an exceptionally rich concentration of an essential amino acid called leucine, which acts as the chemical catalyst initiating muscle protein synthesis, the vital metabolic process where your tissues incorporate dietary building blocks into solid physical fibers. Once you pass age 65, the cellular environment naturally develops what physiologists term anabolic resistance. This means your skeletal fibers grow structurally less reactive, demanding highly concentrated, distinct trigger compounds like leucine to successfully spark optimal cellular recovery. Providing your system with leucine delivers this crucial metabolic signal. Specifically, a meal featuring 2 large organic eggs delivers roughly 1.6 grams of high purity leucine, which extensive evaluations out of the University of Illinois demonstrated can actively activate structural protein synthesis, helping to overcome persistent age-related muscular resistance. More than simply supplying leucine, whole eggs contain vital cellular protectants within the yolks. By retaining the yolk instead of tossing it aside, you secure vitamin D, essential choline, and a structural phospholipid known as phosphatidylcholine, which supports cell membrane structure. Since structural aging causes our cell walls to turn more fragile, making them prone to losing trace nutrients required for clean fiber contractions and healing, these natural fats help insulate the cell. Removing the yolk limits access to the essential bioactive fats your tissue relies on for recovery. This clinical picture is represented by one of my regular patients, a 74-year-old Sarasota resident named Margaret, who came to us seeking assistance following multiple balance accidents. Extremely anxious about using her home stairs and following strict low-fat restrictive menus for many years, she had been avoiding natural dietary yolks completely on historical clinical advice. After we adjusted her morning template to incorporate 3 prepared whole eggs, within 2 months her mobility progress was excellent. She happily shared that she had climbed her stairwell completely without handrail support for the first time in 2 years. This transition demonstrates leucine and choline restoring natural cellular support exactly as observed in physical trials. For optimal muscle benefits, plan on having 2 to 3 whole eggs in the morning, paired alongside monounsaturated lipids such as extra virgin olive oil or a slice of fresh avocado. Including these clean fats enhances the gastrointestinal tract's uptake of the lipophilic vitamins locked within the yolk. Prepare them using gentle, moderate pan heat rather than heavy, dry, high-temperature scrambles, preserving the structure of the essential amino acids. Moving up to number 5 brings us to wild-caught salmon. If you find your muscles feel persistently heavy, find yourself waking to deep leg cramps during the night, or notice stiffness first thing in the morning, minor underlying chronic inflammation may be slowly undermining your structural tissues as you rest. Incorporating wild-caught fish into your menu plan acts as a primary natural weapon against this low-grade immune stress. These structural changes are addressed by the essential omega-3 fatty acids, namely EPA and DHA. Rather than viewing these as mere dietary acronyms, consider that slow-burning muscle tissue inflammation behaves much like a localized wildfire, remaining persistent and quietly consuming muscle fibers, tendon networks, and the motor pathways linking brain directions to your feet. In this setting, concentrated fatty acids step in as primary extinguishers. They work on a molecular scale to intercept and settle inflammatory chemicals, helping manage levels of cytokines and prostaglandins, which typically build as our bodies cross 60. A structured trial out of the University of Aberdeen tracking 87 adults past age 65 over 18 weeks confirmed these exact physiological traits. The experimental group, eating the omega-3 equivalent of about 3 weekly meals of wild salmon, demonstrated a solid 22% increase in cellular protein incorporation metrics when measured directly against control subjects. Experiencing a 22% improvement illustrates that choosing high-quality seafood can make a substantial structural difference in everyday life. In addition, wild salmon provides another valuable and under-discussed nutritional component. It is an exceptional bioavailable source of cholecalciferol or active vitamin D3, which becomes extremely critical after age 70 as skin-based synthesis of the hormone drops. Reviews published in the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism show that suboptimal levels of vitamin D, which affect upwards of 77% of the older demographic, directly contribute to structural sarcopenia, muscle instability, and increased fall risks. Eating one simple 6-ounce portion of wild sockeye salmon offers more than 980 international units of D3, easily satisfying the established 80 to 80 daily target recommended for seniors in one sitting. Plan on adding wild-caught options to your planning twice a week, being careful to select real wild species since grain-fed aquaculture displays poor, less protective fatty acid profiles. To get the absolute most from these meals, accompany the fish with dark leafy salad leaves, creating an excellent metabolic synergy that assists in structural mineral absorption. Number 4 brings us to spinach and associated dark leafy salad varieties, options that hold fantastic reputations within the longevity science space. If you notice seniors who retain exceptional everyday agility, capable of standing up from a chair fully independently without having to push up against their knees, there is a highly consistent probability that nutrient-rich garden greens feature heavily in their menus. The underlying physiology centers on vascular circulation. By age 75, a body's native efficiency at producing and converting vascular nitric oxide, the key signal allowing arteries in our legs to relax, falls by around 35%. This signaling decline restricts vital microcirculation reaching your thighs, glutes, hamstrings, and calves, forming an internal bottleneck that prevents important building blocks from arriving while letting byproducts sit too long. This dynamic directly contributes to muscles that tire easily and can lead to muscle loss over time. Swiss chard, kale, spinach, and fresh arugula offer naturally high concentrations of dietary nitrates, which your digestive microbes easily convert back into oxygenating nitric oxide to circumvent age-related arterial challenges. Investigators based at the Karolinska Institute in Sweden recorded that including dietary nitrate amounts corresponding to about 200 grams of spinach supported the direct physical workload output of mature muscle cells by 19%. The skeletal fiber structure wasn't structurally forced into sudden expansion, but instead developed an enhanced ability to convert active oxygen and micronutrients, behaving similarly to a refined combustion tune on an established mechanical motor to help it run far smoother. In addition, dark garden greens supply rich reserves of raw magnesium, an essential macro mineral, where nearly 70% of seniors have been found to fall short of current guidelines. Your nervous system uses magnesium as a vital cofactor across 300 complex biochemical actions, which are absolutely crucial to encourage natural post-workout vascular and skeletal fiber relaxation. If you navigate persistent evening spasms in your calves or feet, your muscle cells may be crying out for this cofactor, which is easily supplemented since one simple cup of steamed spinach supplies around 157 milligrams, filling more than 1/3 of your recommended intake goals. We adjusted these patterns for a patient of mine named Robert, a 71-year-old former mail carrier from Ohio who reported that his calf muscles and legs felt heavy and sluggish first thing in the morning. Though he had relied on tablet-based magnesium supplements with very mixed results, his symptoms resolved quickly after we transitioned his focus to consuming 2 daily cups of spinach sautéed with real garlic and olive oil. After 6 weeks, he happily shared that he felt much more agile and had comfortably resumed hiking outdoors simply for pleasure. Preparing your fresh garden greens with healthy dietary oils is highly helpful because the beneficial lipophilic elements in these plants are much more bioavailable when cooked with stable lipids. Let us make a brief stop on our countdown to see if this deep look has shared some ideas you can apply to your health planning, and if so, please share a simple click on the like option to help distribute this education among peers who truly want it. If you would like to follow more heart, dietary, and circulation strategies tailored around longevity, you can also join our regular viewers by clicking subscribe. We strive to offer highly direct, researched strategies that support physical independence over time. Let's advance to number 3 with our heavy-hitting options, starting with full-fat Greek yogurt. While commonly regarded as a basic light option, high-quality, full-fat strained yogurt stands out as a structurally valuable option for seniors looking to optimize skeletal recovery, yet it is regularly underutilized. One standard cup delivers close to 20 grams of pure, highly accessible protein, along with key essential amino acids, specifically leucine, isoleucine, and valine, the 3 branched chain components that skeletal tissue readily utilizes for physical rebuilding. Unlike less concentrated vegan alternatives that require careful matching to establish whole nutrient maps, these dairy sources present superior natural bioabsorption profiles, arriving quickly to the cellular junctions that need support. Importantly, Greek yogurt delivers useful natural benefits because it is teeming with beneficial probiotic species like lactobacillus, supporting a vital cellular network known as the gut muscle axis. In depth trials overseen by teams at UC Davis highlighted that a balanced gastrointestinal bacterial makeup correlates strongly with increased muscular endurance, muscle retention, and faster cellular recovery after exertion, illustrating that your digestion is directly linked to the actual nutrition your muscular network receives. As we progress beyond age 65, our digestive environments often decline in terms of variety and metabolic performance, but selecting probiotic heavy whole foods helps reinforce and sustain these crucial microbiomes over the long run. Feeding your digestive tract useful organisms behaves like adding highly organized resources to an older home archives library, giving your cells access to more structural elements to coordinate systemic balance. To capture optimal physical rewards, try consuming a bowl of Greek yogurt within half an hour after complete workouts or a quick walk through your neighborhood. This short post workout window is highly favorable as cells are uniquely primed to incorporate available amino acids into tissue. Enhance your serving with milled flax for omega-3 support or a drop of clean raw honey to encourage gut microflora, choosing unflavored non-processed choices and steering clear of light or sugar-filled sweet varieties that can raise inflammation. We have now arrived at our number 2 position, showcasing a food that might initially seem like an unexpected choice for lower body muscle wellness: whole beets. Though beets are not the first choice you would imagine for vascular care, the deep research surrounding their health-promoting traits is so remarkable that athletic teams regularly employ beet-derived elements inside their nutrition planning. Gaining these clinical properties isn't rooted in tradition, but reflects actual contemporary research on the vascular aging profile. The primary process maps directly back to the physical nitrates discussed alongside dark greens, though root beets hold close to 3 to 4 times more concentration by volume. Sucking up raw beets delivers approximately 300 milligrams of this structural booster in a simple portion, transforming immediately inside oxygen-needy tissue to unleash natural blood vessel widening and sending highly supportive oxygen reserves down through the legs. Supporting this, a specialized trial conducted at Wake Forest University indicated that senior groups who consumed the natural dietary nitrate equal of about 2 organic beets before low-impact exercise achieved an estimated 38% boost in cranial microcirculation directed specifically to areas managing motion and balance. That is an extremely valuable benefit, meaning these organic minerals can support both our muscular system and encourage coordination by helping the nervous system transmit movement commands more effectively. Furthermore, red root beets provide key concentrations of betaine, an organic element highly valued for helping to reduce levels of an inflammatory vascular marker known as homocysteine. High homocysteine metrics occur in almost half of all older seniors and can actively encourage physical vascular strain, fiber damage, and compromised metabolic cellular output. And by providing protective compounds, beets assist in shielding our cell powerhouses so that they have stable, consistent daily reserves. To demonstrate this clinical benefit, one of our regular patients named Elena, a 68-year-old grandmother from Oregon, first came to our attention following some difficult months with lower body instability that her clinical team had dismissed as unpreventable aging. After she had spent years leaning on a cane to get around her home, we updated her menu template to include a regular serving of roasted beets alongside minor daily walking routines. Our follow-up after 3 months showed she had fully set aside her cane and was comfortably spending long, rewarding hours tending her family garden, which remains an exceptionally clear illustration of how supportive target protocols can be in restoring personal comfort. Try preparing whole beets by baking them at around 400 degrees Fahrenheit to help concentrate these active nutrients, or include raw beet chunks in fresh morning smoothies. Splashing a bit of organic lime or orange juice with your beets is a great choice as natural vitamin C significantly aids internal nutrient conversion, and you should always minimize long water boiling processes so these valuable minerals remain fully protected. We have finally reached our top premier rank on our countdown, the specific whole food that investigators at major scientific programs, including studies connected with Harvard, highlight as a highly accessible option to support skeletal health after 60. This choice has been historically oversimplified or restricted on obsolete parameters, but our leading choice for vascular and muscle longevity is extra virgin olive oil. If you anticipated some expensive protein powder, rest assured that this accessible olive oil plays an immensely direct, complex role in protecting healthy skeletal architecture, easing systemic inflammation, and keeping vessels compliant. EVO stands completely apart from common cooking fats due to the presence of an incredibly powerful compound known as oleocanthal. This unique polyphenol operates through similar molecular paths as traditional anti-inflammatory tablets, actively managing the same enzymes related to musculoskeletal tension and joint inflammation. Importantly, introducing this organic compound supports your muscles without any of the risks of digestive tract distress or kidney fatigue that are occasionally associated with prolonged nonsteroidal drugs, presenting an invaluable health asset for older adults looking for everyday muscle support. Moreover, research shows that these specific wellness benefits go far beyond simple joint support. A comprehensive Greek clinical trial tracing more than 800 participants past age 65 discovered that individuals who consumed about 4 tablespoons of premium extra virgin olive oil daily experienced an estimated 37% lower frequency of sarcopenia compared to subjects with negligible olive oil use. Achieving a 37% difference is extremely promising, particularly given that age-related decline begins in midlife and commonly accelerates around the 60-year milestone. The fundamental biology at play represents one of the most compelling insights discovered in modern physical chemistry. EVOO's rich polyphenols can actively spark cell communication paths known as the mTOR signal. In muscle cells, this complex pathway serves as a primary control node for synthesizing new protein blocks, reacting naturally to progressive training, cellular recovery, and the action of amino acids like leucine. Remarkably, raw olive oil polyphenols appear to activate this crucial pathway on their own, encouraging healthy cell preservation as part of your overall active wellness routine. Once we pass our 70th year, general biological research shows that cellular path reactivity drops by an estimated 40%, reducing metabolic performance even if we prioritize training. Introducing cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil works to gently offset this shift by helping your system utilize its available proteins and maintain an optimal physiological environment over the long term. Furthermore, we must look at the impact on your cellular energy hubs. Scientific data gathered out of Spain indicates that a distinct olive oil polyphenol known as hydroxytyrosol actively supports the mitochondrial membranes inside skeletal cells against environmental wear. Since advanced cellular aging can slowly lead to minor metabolic errors inside these cellular generator centers, supporting these essential organs with antioxidants helps clear free radicals, preserving regular cellular metabolism and strength. One of our 81-year-old patients from Virginia, a former service member named Thomas, serves as a great illustration of this strategy. When he first visited our offices, he reported significant limits to his personal walking stamina, barely managing 2 standard city blocks before requiring a brief pause to recover. He believed his previous choices were supporting his wellness, having strictly limited all fats for 3 decades on old cardiovascular guidelines. Within several weeks of introducing 4 daily tablespoons of organic extra virgin olive oil, pairing it cleanly with eggs or salads, he began seeing outstanding updates, quickly doubling his walking distances, getting back to comfortably riding his bicycle within a couple of months, and soon completing a local charity hike with great ease, which was an exceptionally encouraging milestone for him. An ideal daily target is to aim for about 4 tablespoons of organic olive oil used as your primary cold garnish, or with low heat prep across vegetable sautés, eggs, clean salmon, and white beans, combining stable, monounsaturated plant lipids alongside food choices that naturally contain essential fat-soluble compounds dramatically optimizes gastrointestinal nutrient absorption. These choices perform beautifully when combined systematically as a consistent habit, delivering a far stronger foundation for vascular compliant cells and balanced recovery. When purchasing olive oil, select high quality cold pressed products packaged in dark, thick glass bottles to preserve their natural beneficial compounds from being altered by light. Make sure to seek out packages displaying a recent crop harvest date rather than a simple end expiration time frame, as fresh profiles provide much more cellular value than oxidized or stale clear plastic variants. Let us review these strategies together to ensure you leave this presentation equipped with highly practical next steps for your wellness. Your physical body is meant to support an active life, helping you navigate your favorite tasks comfortably, walk and move safely, and enjoy full mobility with family and friends on your own terms. Gradual physical challenges represent areas of support where nutrition can go a long way, and incorporating highly verified strategies works beautifully since scientific trials reveal that skeletal fibers retain deep cellular remodeling capability into our 90s. Our tissues consistently look for specific nutrients to build, repair, and clear, and setting up healthy options in your routine from today gives your body the reliable building blocks it relies on. Selecting standard eggs, wild-caught salmon, warm cooked spinach, yogurt bowls, prepared organic beets, and premium cold-pressed extra virgin olive oil provides accessible daily options that are easily found at any grocery store. Utilizing these ingredients on a regular basis plays an incredibly supportive role in helping older seniors manage their stamina, encourage muscular coordination, and support long-term wellness for an active, confident life. The primary studies, references, and publications examined in this discussion are detailed in the list below, so you can conveniently discuss these clinical parameters during your upcoming medical appointments. Consider joining our regular audience of seniors, focusing on daily heart health, recovery, and overall strength by subscribing to our regular uploads. Our platform is expanding thanks directly to our readers passing along these discussions with close friends, and I highly enjoy seeing which options from our guide you intend to introduce to your menu choices. I'm always happy to answer your follow-up notes as we build safe routines, eat nutritious whole foods, keep active, and build steady habits to keep feeling strong each day.